The movie opens with a view of Ramona's farmhouse. She lives there with her daughter and son. Ramona is watching a video, and through it we learn that she and her husband had lovingly built that farmhouse together. They had managed everything related to it themselves. Watching the video makes Ramona feel very sad because her husband had died in an accident. In that same accident, Ramona also lost her leg. The accident left her mentally disturbed, and she stopped properly taking care of her family. As a result, their condition became very bad. All the household work is done by Taylor, yet Ramona's behavior toward her children remains very strict. Every morning when she wakes up, she silently prays, "Give me strength." As she comes out of her room, Taylor is usually busy with chores. The house is out of groceries, and even the electricity is gone. Amid all this, Ramona suddenly notices someone sitting outside the house, a lady covered in black clothing. Seeing her, Ramona feels scared and tells her children to stay inside. Then she goes out to ask the lady what she is doing there. To scare her away, Ramona says, "My husband will be home soon, so you'd better leave." But the lady shocks her by saying, "Your husband died in an accident. In that accident, you also lost your leg." Ramona becomes frightened. The lady then says, "I've come. The day you will call for me has arrived." Ramona doesn't understand what she means. The lady shows her blood-covered hands. Terrified, Ramona rushes to her car, planning to start it, charge her phone, and call the police, but the car won't start. She hurries back inside in fear. Her children ask her about the woman in black, but Ramona snaps at them to stay silent and doesn't explain anything. The children keep asking questions, which only makes her angrier. She starts breaking things and shouting at them. Then she stands up and locks all the windows and doors of the house. As she sits back down, she feels pain in her leg. Looking at it, she sees one of her stitches has torn open. She notices the lady moving closer to the house. Thinking of bringing their dog, Charlie, inside, she goes out, but Charlie is nowhere to be found. But she doesn't tell her children that the dog is missing. Fear mixed with anger rises inside Ramona. She scolds Taylor again, and also hits her daughter Annie, just because Annie writes the letter R in reverse. Then Ramona realizes her mistake, feeling guilty that she gave a big punishment for such a small mistake. She immediately hugs her daughter. Then, when she looks in the mirror, something strange happens. Ramona sees herself stabbing her daughter with a knife in her hand. Suddenly, she snaps back to her senses and finds a pillow in her lap, but it's already been stabbed with a knife. She has no memory of how the knife got into her hand. When Taylor turns around and sees his mother, he becomes very worried. He realizes that her mental state isn't stable and that he must find a way to solve the problem himself. After Ramona takes her daughter into a room, Taylor goes outside. He decides to take the car to the neighboring farmhouse to ask for help, but the car won't start. A little later, Ramona comes looking for him and gets very angry at him. She drags him back inside the house. But now Taylor is also angry because he has realized the dog is missing. He suspects Ramona is hiding something from them. Taylor tells his mother, "You can't handle this. I'll take care of everything myself." He storms into the room where his father's belongings are kept and takes a gun from there. Ramona follows him, arguing, "What are you doing? Put the gun back." As they argue, the black-dressed lady comes even closer to their house. In anger, Taylor goes outside with the gun and points it at the lady, telling her to leave immediately. But the lady doesn't look scared. Instead, she removes her veil and says, "Your mother has been lying to you all this time." She then tells Taylor a shocking truth and says, "Go ask your mother." Furious, Taylor confronts Ramona and asks how his father really died. Frightened, Ramona begins to tell the story. She recalls that one night, she and David had gone to a restaurant. But she wasn't happy. She hated living at the farmhouse because it meant doing a lot of work. The irony was that David had moved to the farmhouse because Ramona herself had wanted it. She had been bored with her 9-to-4 city job and life there. Eventually, the whole family shifted to the farmhouse and settled there. Everyone except Ramona is happy at the farmhouse. One day, Ramona suggests they should move to another place, but David refuses, saying it's not possible to settle down somewhere else so soon again. They argue, and afterward, they leave the hotel. That night, we see Ramona, not David, driving the car. She sees the shadow of a black-dressed lady behind her. Losing control of her mind, she causes the accident. But that night, Ramona lied to her children, saying David had been driving and was responsible for the crash. After learning the truth, Taylor is deeply hurt and negativity starts growing inside him. The presence of the lady outside affects them even more. Her shadow grows larger and larger. In an attempt to escape, they all run into a room under the roof. But even there, the black-dressed lady uses her shadow to pull Annie toward her. They try to pull Annie back, but she's dragged faster by the entity. Taylor quickly rushes to cover the window. The window through which the lady was controlling Annie. Once it's covered, the shadow releases her. Even then, the lady doesn't stop. She flickers the house lights on and off, knocks objects over, and terrifies them. Then she possesses Ramona. In that moment, we see a scene where Ramona and the evil entity merge as one. The lady then hugs Annie and vanishes. Taylor, watching this, is confused. He's left standing there alone as the entity makes both his mother and sister disappear. Suddenly, Ramona appears behind him, holding a light. Together, Ramona and Taylor start searching for Annie. Ramona walks into the room that reveals her past. Inside, she sees David, looking happy. He tells her, "Look, the flowers you love have bloomed in our garden today." Ramona approaches him, but suddenly the scene changes. Now we see David hitting Ramona, gripping her neck and choking her. In the next moment, Ramona sees herself outside in the yard, sitting in a black dress. Just like the lady she saw earlier. Then, in front of her, another Ramona walks toward her. The scene feels exactly like one we've seen before. In this scene, the Ramona in the black dress removes the black veil from her face and says, "The day you've been waiting for has finally arrived." The scene cuts to Ramona seeing herself in the attic room, where her two children are also present. As they try to go downstairs, the black-dressed lady appears in front of them. Seeing her, Ramona panics and points a gun at her. The lady says, "I didn't come here on my own. You're the one who called me. Every morning you wake up and say, 'Give me strength.' But you weren't asking for the strength to live, you were asking for the strength to die. That's why I came to you." Now alone with the lady, Ramona is pressured and manipulated into ending her own life. The lady points the gun under Ramona's chin, urging her to pull the trigger. In the next scene, we see Ramona coming out of that room safely. Her children ask where the lady went. Ramona tells them she will never come here again. "I sent her away. And even if she comes back, I'll fight her with the courage I have inside me." As they walk back into the house, all the lights turn on and their dog returns. Inside, we see a painting Ramona had made. It's of the same lady we've been seeing throughout the movie. It's revealed that the lady was actually born from Ramona's dark thoughts. The more she let negativity grow inside her, the more it took form, eventually appearing before her and her family as an evil entity. Finally, when Ramona walks out of that room, in reality, she has stepped out of her wrong thoughts and negativity. With her inner darkness gone, the entity is destroyed. This is how the movie ends. Thank you for watching our movie recap. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing for more great content. Your support means a lot to us. Have a wonderful day.